2 days workshop, and she will be attending. So to tell them more about community service. So at this point, it's more the KCC that will determine what they will do. However, come December, because in December they are at home again, they will have at least now internalized the concept. They can be able to suggest what they think they would want to work with.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
I'm just curious, I haven't asked you this before. In the community, and then also kind of you personally, what are some of like the expectations for, say one of these 6 students when they complete high school?
Okay,
What's the kind of expectation? Okay, once you've finished, all right.
Okay, that's a very good question. What we are thinking of doing, and we hope we manage to do, is, remember when I talked about mentorship and guidance, we want these students to, one other problem with the Kuru is that there is clans, different clans. And we have made it a specific objective to make sure that we have students from the different clans. So we want them to develop one whole person, knowing that we belong to the same community and we need to give back for the opportunities we get. So among the things we want to do is to establish an alumni association. So any student who has passed through our program, participated in the community service, attended workshops, we expect that students to have a sense of hey, I have a role also to play in this community. And so, for instance, should they go up to be very successful, our expectation is that they will still feel part of LMBF and would help assist other students.
And what about like their families, like at home, like in their communities or their families?
Obviously, we would also expect, let me take myself as an example. It's because I went to school, I'm capable at least of taking care of my own basic needs. And I'm also capable of assisting the extended family. We know the African way of an extended family. So at an individual level, I am sure that each one of these students of ours, once they get education and do well, they should be able to assist their own families, at a personal level. And obviously, who knows, learn even from what LMF has done for education and do likewise in other sectors.
I have 2 questions. One is that you've noted that you are one of 8 PhDs to come out of Korea, and that right now there's nobody identified as being on that track currently. So my first question is, what is it that has changed so that there's nobody currently on track? Secondly, I'm wondering if you're in contact with the other 7 PhDs, if that's something of a network.
Okay, thanks. The first question is a little bit more tricky for me to answer because, to be very honest, I do not think that I know one single factor that has contributed to that. I guess it may have something to do with the numbers that are qualifying, for instance, to go to master's and therefore onward to PhD. It could also be an issue of funding. Because I was lucky, to be honest, I count myself as being very lucky because when I was told to remain at the Egerton University, I did not pay any cent to do my master. Then during my PhD, I was lucky I got a scholarship from a German foundation called the German Academic Exchange Program. And so that way I was able to go to school. So it's also possible that a number of them who may be willing to have not found any funding yet. As far as working with the other 8 PhDs is concerned, yes, in fact, because of that number, we know each other. I know all of them, and what I intend to do when I go home is to involve them more in this kind of arrangement. Because to me, those are that's the first target. They understand the need, so I would expect them to also assist us. For instance, by being guest speakers when we have these seminars with these students, let them talk about what they went through as a way of encouraging these students. And also, we shall expect them to assist us financially, because really, they, if anyone, should know what it means.
Do you have other organizations you particularly work in the Korean area?
Okay, so far we have not established very many such links, but there is one organization incidentally started by Stanford graduate last year. He finished his master's in business last year. He started an organization called the Nuru International, and their first project is in Korea district. Among the areas they will be working on is education is one of them. So actually they started the education program in January. However, they are concentrating on one small area because they say they want to focus on an area and do as much as they can in that area. So that is an organization we are working with, especially in the education sector. So whatever models, whatever that works, they come up with, we shall use it in the other areas. That is one, and there is another organization actually based here called Akilidada. We intend to work very closely with the Akilidada on the mentoring and the guidance project because they have already started doing that. They have a couple of girls, they are dealing with girls only in the Kenyan high schools, and they offer them a lot of guidance. So that is an organization that we are in communication with. And on campus, we are actually we are beginning to establish working relationships with the REACH, that's a students organization which is dealing with education in Kenya and Bangladesh. And we are also establishing a working relationship with the SASA.
We have time for one last question for this one. Well, thank you very much. It's been very